Love is a Battlefield, Loki love story / fanfiction, Chapter 1, dedicated to XX Area XX. Banished from Asgard by his own father Odin, all thanks to his brother Loki, Thor had fallen through the Bifrost and landed in another one of the 9 realms. This was my favorite part of my favorite Norse legend. My father called from the kitchen, "Cora, Eve is here to pick you up." I reluctantly put my Norse mythology and legend book into my black coach purse before swinging it over my shoulder. "Don't freak out. My rich Aunt Lisa got it for my birthday last Halloween." I grabbed the door handle and turned it, pulling it back and then stepping into the hallway, shutting the old wood door behind me. I ran through the hallway, left, right, then bam! I smacked into my best friend Eve. "Sorry, wasn't looking where I was going," I said in my light, cheerful British accent. My parents were from Britain, so their accents rubbed off on me. "Whatever, girl, let's just get going. I don't want to be late and miss the bonfire," she said excitedly as she dragged me outside to her 2012 Toyota Camry. I got in the passenger seat and buckled myself in and asked her, "Exactly where are we going?" She ignored my question and just said, "It'll be super fun." Then she pulled out of my driveway. Long period of time. We reached the campsite quickly, but on our way we had drove past a huge crater with what looked like something sticking up in the middle of it. I couldn't tell what it was, but it looked silvery and slightly big. I shook my head at that thought and got out of the silver Camry. The bright golden/orange glow of the campfire cast a beautiful illuminating hue over the forest surrounding them. The forest looked more alive than I ever could have seen before. The trees blowing in the warm, fresh summer air. The smell of freshly fallen rain was thick in the air. It had rained earlier. The chirping of crickets was like a symphony to my ears. Eve and I had already had our luggage at the campsite. We took our seats on the slightly wet log in front of the campfire. Our friends, Matt, Evan, Andrew, AJ, Sasha, and Trinity, took their seats in front of the campfire. Matt, the entertainer, got up and started to sing obnoxious campfire songs. As we were singing, a cold hand slipped over my mouth and dragged me back into the shadows of the forest. As I struggled futilely against this person's massive strength. When we were probably out of earshot of my friends, the person finally let me go. When I turned to look at this person, he towered over me. Well, everyone did, myself being a sad 5'6" tall for being 17 years old. I know, weird, right? He had shaggy blonde hair and wearing a strange armor-like clothing and a red cape. When I finally realized who this must be, I gasped in shock. "Thor? The demigod? What? How?" I was utterly speechless. He spoke in a strange, almost Scottish accent. "You're the chosen one." I think my father might be going insane. I was slightly offended by his remark. I raised my eyebrow and spoke in a sarcastic tone. "And you're looking any better right now." I folded my arms across my chest and shifted my weight to my other foot. He stepped closer to me and tilted his head to the side as if he was getting a better look of a statue in a museum. I got uncomfortable after a few minutes and then, snap! "What?" He shook his head a few times before asking again, "You're the chosen one." I didn't have any idea what he was talking about. "The who?" "Never mind then. I bring you news from my father Odin. My brother, Loki, is attempting to perform a ritual unknown to us. And that has to do with me. Loki needs the chosen one for this ritual. He is nearby and has knowledge of your appearance and location. I have come to offer my protection." I think I can handle myself. I turned and started to walk back to the campsite. Thor grabbed my arm and spun me back to face him. "If you don't want my protection, then here." Thor handed me a small little gold metal rod that fit in my hand like a pen. "And how exactly is a pen going to protect me from Loki?" I asked him confusedly, holding it up for closer inspection. There's a button on the top to morph it into its full size. If you're the chosen one, then you will be able to wield its power. I have to be going now. I must find Mjolnir." Thor moved swiftly through the trees in the direction of that huge crater Eve and I passed on our way here. I put the little gold rod in the pocket of my dark skinny jeans and headed back to the campfire. Long period of time. 2 hours later. Inside our tent, Eve and I were getting our stuff so we could change in the bathhouse before we headed to the pool for the nightly swim. I was standing outside the tent, waiting for Eve to pick out her bikini. She is always so picky about what she wears, and when she wears it. She walked outside and had a huge smile on her face. I rolled my eyes, knowing that she had probably picked out something to impress the guys. She went on ahead to the bathhouse so she could change quickly. She was meeting Matt at the pool also. The others were in the bathhouse already. I was a slow walker. It was night, only a few clouds dusting the sky. The stars were beautiful, illuminating, and mesmerizing. I had stopped to stare at the stars for a few minutes when I heard soft whisperings in my ear. "Sleep, sleep, sleep, little snowflake," repeated over and over again in my ear. It was enchanting and so easy to just give into. That soft, sweet, angelic, alluring voice. And before I knew what was going on, my world was consumed in a peaceful darkness. Thank you for reading. Tell me what you thought in the comments below. Thank you. And please do the following. My fans and I literally just hit our goal of 40 fans. Our new goal is to hit 50. Vote, comment, fan. Thanks. And don't forget to like this on Facebook, tweet about it, and Google it, and maybe even email it.